Thanks for watching County Report this week. I'm Susan Kenedy. We start with the historic vote by the Maryland House of Delegates that would legalize same-sex marriage. Senate passage is considered likely as lawmakers argued in favor of what they called a fundamental right.
We've worked very hard to reconcile these two great values, equal rights for all and institutional religious freedom in this legislation.
The Supreme Court has said that the right to marry is a fundamental right, and I think in our daily lives we understand that it's a fundamental right. And it's a right that's so fundamental that mass murderers have been able to marry people that they meet through the National Enquirer while on death row, deadbeat dads who've been married several times before have the right to get married again. And we've got presidential candidates who've been married multiple times who are lecturing constituents of mine who want to just marry once about how marriage is between one man and one woman. And I think that maybe they mean one man and one woman at one time, but there's certainly a lot of people who've exercised that right multiple times. Shouldn't every Marylander at least have the chance to get married once to the person that they love and they're committed to?
Raskin was confident the 25 votes from last year's session were still intact and that there would possibly be even more signing on in favor of the measure. After that hurdle is cleared, legislators will be moving on to the nitty-gritty, the budget and taxes, specifically the gas tax.
We have a lot of needs in Maryland to pay for transportation, and so one of the options is to look at the gas tax. There's a proposal out there from the governor to do that, and we're going to have a lot of discussion about that. I don't think anyone knows exactly where this is going to go or if the support is there. People are certainly concerned about the gas prices going up, so the timing may not be ideal to talk about gas taxes.
Without additional revenues, though, our transportation trust fund is depleted. And if we're going to have the kind of investments that I fully support, the purple line is so important for us in Montgomery County, then we are going to have to find sources of revenue. And that was what the intention of the gas tax has been.
Passage of the Marriage Equality Act would make Maryland the 8th state to allow same-sex marriage. Montgomery County is one of 2 Maryland jurisdictions that has held off in implementing a federal program that enables information sharing between the FBI and immigration officials. The Secure Communities program requires FBI officials to share fingerprints of all inmates in county jails with the U.S. Immigration and Customs Enforcement and the U.S. Department of Homeland Security. And as of this week, Montgomery County is now participating in the program. Delegate Ana Sol Gutierrez is leading the charge in Annapolis to make sure this law is implemented properly.
We really want the governor to make clear that in Maryland we are going to be implementing the guidelines that are coming from the Obama administration, and that we will be taking all necessary measures to not deport and detain people who are here innocently working and that are simply looking for a way to find a solution to their immigration situation. That is what we need to be focusing on. My concern is the children. There are many U.S.-born children whose homes are being destroyed through this very flawed policy.
We're now joined by Captain Paul Starks from Montgomery County Police, who's here to tell us how the implementation of the Secure Communities program will affect police business. Captain, thanks for being with us today. Tell us how this new program is going to affect how you carry out arrests.
We're the same police department today than we were a couple weeks ago. When we arrest and process people, it'll be the same protocol. Now,
currently we do share these fingerprints with the FBI and immigration officials. Is that correct?
Well, I want everyone there to know that when we arrest people, we bring them to the central processing unit. They're fingerprinted by correction personnel, and with this federal mandate through Secure Communities, those prints are now shared with DHS.
So really there's nothing that's changed. This is something that has been happening all along in the police department.
That's correct. And as far as this federal program now, it's been in effect for 3 years nationally in about 3/4 of the jurisdictions. Locally, it's been in effect in Prince George's County about 2 years. In those 2 years, they've made 45,000 arrests, and ICE has determined that 400 of those 45,000 people were to be deported.
So the percentages there are low. Are you afraid how this might affect the relationship between the police and the immigrant community?
We're always concerned about those relationships. We've always had the message that we do not ask about anyone's status. If they're a victim of a crime, if they're a witness of a crime, we need to hear from them. It will not matter what their status is.
Okay, very good. Good information. Thanks so much for sharing that with us. Captain Paul Starks, Montgomery County Police. The county's Department of Liquor Control has an initiative to make sure that underage patrons cannot buy alcohol in liquor stores and other establishments. Lorna Virgili brings us the details. Lorna?
Susan, it is an educational campaign geared to the 950 businesses in the county that have an alcohol license, including this county liquor store, all to prevent underage drinking. To buy alcohol in the county, you must be 21 years old. Checking for identification is required. And as a reminder to those licensed to sell alcohol, the county has provided this ID checking calendar to make sure the businesses comply with the law and underage patrons cannot buy.
We're trying to be a resource for the businesses so they could know when the year that somebody turns 21, how to check IDs, and also we show them on the January, when you open the month of January, we actually show them the underage individuals that will be working with our compliance check program.
Through the compliance check program, 500 businesses get surprise visits at random annually.
You're going to be visited at least once every other year, at least for a compliance check. If it's a high-risk business or we've had complaints, we'll go in then as well. It's the same protocol every time. It's the exact same group of people. It will be an underage individual. They will not have, like boys, the young men will not have facial hair. The girls will not be wearing makeup. There won't be a lot of jewelry. It's just going to be a test to see if that business is complying.
Sales under compliance checks result in an administrative violation for the business and a criminal violation for the individual that sold the liquor.
Good sound policies are the best thing that they can do to help keep their business safe and to keep young people from plaguing their establishment. Once you start selling to people under the age of 21, they know it and they start coming.
For the most part, there are certain times of the year, such as the holidays or summertime, when businesses are asked to be more alert about under 21 potential purchases. The best policy for establishments is first to ask for ID and then say no to underage individuals. For County Report this week, Lorna Virgili.
Still to come on County Report this week, we'll give you an update on 2 important county facilities that are currently under construction. And some Montgomery County Public School students take part in a competition that highlights the art of public speaking. We'll be right back. Welcome back to County Report. County firefighters have been busy. 2 separate fires in Silver Spring have left 2 families homeless. Fire investigators have confirmed that the fires were unintentional and believe that space heaters were to blame. With the high cost of heating homes combined with efforts to save energy, many residents are using alternative heating sources. When space heaters are used, firefighters are urging residents to use extreme caution.
One of the things that is certainly troubling to myself and fire rescue is the fact that we want to make sure people are fire safe. Space heaters need space and smoke alarms need to work, as well as CO alarms. So we'd ask all of the residents here in Montgomery County, make sure your smoke alarm is working, make sure your CO monitor is working. If in fact you need us to come out and check, fire rescue will do so at a courtesy by contacting 311, and we will come out, check your smoke detector, install a new one, or install a battery free of charge.
When using a space heater, be sure to take some safety precautions, such as making sure to plug the heater in directly to an outlet, not an extension cord. Turn them off when you leave the room or go to sleep, and install carbon monoxide alarms inside your home. Recently, the county broke ground on a new animal services building in Durwood. It will replace the current outdated shelter that lacks the space and equipment to meet the county's growing needs. At a recent capital improvements budget work session, Public Safety Committee members were briefed on the progress of this and other public safety projects. The new building will be more than 3 times larger than the current facility. Not only will it expand the county's ability to care for animals, it will also serve as an adoption center and community education resource for animal care issues.
So this new facility, which is being built with very green standards in mind, is going to give us enough room to handle all the animals that we need to deal with in a county of our size. It's also, I think, going to result in some efficiencies and even budgetary efficiencies in terms of the folks that we contract with to run that shelter. The Humane Society for years has assisted us in running the shelter. We're going to take over certain operations in the field. They're going to handle the animals inside. So I think we're going to save money doing things that way as well.
The shelter is expected to cost close to $20 million. McPaw, Montgomery County Partners for Animal Well-Being, has raised $2 million in private funds to help out with the cost of the facility. Councilmember Phil Andrews says there have been critics of the project's cost, but defends the county's decision to move ahead with this project.
It's being built in a very energy efficient way, so its costs will certainly save money over the next few years in terms of that. So it'll be a well-designed building in terms of energy efficiency. And we have a partnership with the private sector, McPaw, which is helping to raise $2 million toward the cost of this shelter, which is keeping the costs down for the public and for the taxpayer. And it will have the support of a lot of folks in the community who want to adopt animals, who want to make sure there's a place where dangerous animals are taken, and the police department works out of this facility. So it is important for multiple reasons, not just for the animals, but for the public, for safety.
In other CIP news, an update on construction of the new Judicial Annex building. That project is also expected to be complete by next summer and is coming in at a lower cost than originally proposed.
We pushed back, and majority of the committee set a cap on the project, and we said 130 or thereabouts for both new construction and renovation of the existing facility. And lo and behold, they made it happen. And I'm really happy about that. And it always made me think it's been a lesson that if you don't push back and you just accept, then we would have accepted a project that would have cost taxpayers another $100 million and not been any better or served us any better than what we're building now.
When people hear the word forensics, they often think about criminal or medical investigations, but forensics actually means the art of public speaking. And that is what MCPS students did at the annual MCPS Forensics competition.
Bullet required.
Forensics, or the art of public speaking, was on display this past weekend at the Montgomery County Forensic League Finals.
Boom!
But it is not who you are.
During the two-day tournament, high school students competed in a variety of events to include poetry, prose, dramatic interpretation, persuasive speeches, and ensemble acting. With more than 200 students from 19 high schools competing throughout the year, this finals tournament is the culmination of the forensics season. Judges scored and ranked the performances, while audiences were captivated by these exceptional student orators.
So it gives them another way of expressing self, just like sport, theater, singing. This gives you another way to really express yourself. It's one of the best resume credits that you can get on your college transcript. These students are doing something really extra. They're reading more literature. They're interpreting it publicly. They're competing in the arena. These are the type of students colleges want on their college campuses.
They receive the supplication of a dead man's hand.
I've been doing this for 2 years now, and over the past few years, there's been a dramatic change in my self-confidence. I can definitely say that for sure.
I'm doing so much better in English since I've started, and it really helps you understand texts the way that they were meant to be interpreted and analyzed, and emotionally it helps you convey them, which makes you a better speaker.
While there were many awardees, all student participants were deemed winners for gaining skills in the art of public speaking.
Up next on County Report, the city of Rockville gets ready for its annual Science Day. And a story about one local group that is doing its part to educate our community about the HIV/AIDS epidemic. Stay with us. Welcome back. Reports have shown a slight decline when it comes to HIV/AIDS cases in the Washington, D.C. metro area. However, a lot of work still needs to be done. Organizations such as the African American Health Program of Montgomery County are doing what they can to educate people about this epidemic. Obi Wobe was at the County Teen Summit on HIV/AIDS awareness, and she has more.
We're talking about HIV/AIDS today. We've talked about how serious it is, how important it is. But the question is it serious to you?
In recognition of Black History Month, the African American Health Program of Montgomery County coordinated a health summit for teens ages 13 through 17 on sexual health responsibility. The theme of the summit, Getting Real and Going In, was hosted by DC radio personality Antonio the Cuban cigar smoker from KISS FM 93.9.
There's so many things out there that take kids to the direction that we don't want them to go, that when time you get to them, it's too late because they had too much of this. So the more you give it to them, the more of a balance they have and a better decision they can make for their lives.
The African American Health Program says the purpose of the summit is to create an open forum for Montgomery County teens to discuss factors that lead to high-risk sexual behaviors.
A lot of people don't know about the real risks because they hear about stuff from people like their parents and their friends, but they don't know until it happens to them. And so I don't want this to happen to me personally.
The Washington, D.C. metro area has the third highest number of cumulative AIDS cases in the country, with 47% of the cases located outside of the District of Columbia. Radio personality Antonio the Cuban cigar smoker is known for his ability to relate to young people in a way they'll understand. He talks about the essence of having an open dialogue with teens on the HIV/AIDS and STD epidemic in the area.
People that haven't had sex, raise your hand. That have not had sex. This is what I'm going to do.
For more information, call 240-777-1833 or visit onehealthylife.org.
If you're looking for something to do while you wait for spring, why not check out a performance at Montgomery College?
With two spacious art centers, the college hosts a variety of entertaining performances for all ages and interests. At the Rockville campus, the 500-seat Robert E. Perilla Performing Arts Center hosts a variety of acts throughout the year, including these upcoming events. The Montgomery College Performing Arts Series presents Curtains. This comedic, musical murder mystery features MC students and runs through March 4th. The Metropolitan Orchestra at MC hits the stage on March 6th at 7:30 p.m. Orchestra members include talented performers from Montgomery College and the community. This concert is free and open to the public. And bring the kids Saturday, March 10th, when Two Beans Productions and TheaterWorks USA present Ramona Quimby. Based on the Ramona books by Beverly Cleary, this show is sure to entertain. Visit the Performing Arts Center's website at montgomerycollege.edu/PAC for tickets, information, and a full list of events. At Montgomery College's Tacoma Park Silver Spring campus, the Cultural Arts Center features a large 500-seat theater and a smaller 116-seat theater. Open since 2009, the center hosts programs that enhance cultural expression and awareness in the community. On March 8th at 1 p.m., the Journeys and Voice series presents Sojourner Truth, A Woman Ain't I? One-woman theatrical performance. Join Catherine Woods as she follows Sojourner Truth on her historic journey from slavery to abolitionist. And on March 10th, John Tartaglia's Imagine-Ocean Blacklight Puppet Show is a best bet for ages 4 and up. Cultural Arts Center tickets, information, and a calendar of events are available at www.montgomerycollege.edu/CAC.
Rockville is known for being a city that values science. With the annual Science Day right around the corner, Rockville 11's Bridget Breuer talks to Bob Ekman from the Rockville Science Consortium in this segment.
So the noise might be a problem.
That's the sound of the AR drone, a robot being piloted by Rockville's Bob Ekman.
And this is the kind of robot that most of the high schools use, this level of complexity.
Ekman is the driving force behind the Rockville Consortium for Science and Science Day in the city. In his spare time, he coaches students for local robotic competitions.
Here's what the trophy looks like, a little trophy. They won this trophy. This was the Rockville Science Center Centaurs. And it's a group of middle school kids that worked on their robots but did a fantastic job with their research project.
This April will mark the 23rd anniversary of Rockville Science Day. Ekman assured us there will be plenty of robots on display, in addition to many other interesting scientific exhibits for the whole family.
And kids just love it. Little kids, big kids, old kids, young kids. And that's what we're about. We're trying to get science and engineering to be exciting. And this just grabs their attention right away. They like it. They go off and you know, this will help them both in their school and careers and maybe becoming engineers and scientists.
The theme of this year's event, Science is Fundamental. Science Day is happening at Montgomery College on April 15th from noon to 5. For more information, go to rockvillescience.org.
When we come back, Tom Pogue will be here with an update on an important transportation project. And we'll give you the opportunity to learn more about the town of Poolesville. Don't go away.
MC hosts a lecture and book signing by noted author Ira Shapiro on March 6th in the Theater Arts Arena on the Rockville campus. Shapiro will discuss his latest book, The Last Great Senate. The event is free and open to the public. MC has won the Flu Fighter Award from Adventist Healthcare and LifeWorks Strategies. The college was honored for its efforts to protect employee health by offering flu shot clinics, heart and bone density screenings, and much more. And congratulations to MC women's basketball star Alex Silva, who accomplished a rare feat for a player at a two-year college when she scored the 1,000th point of her career in a recent win. Silva won the Maryland JUCO scoring title this season and is also ranked 8th in the nation in scoring. For more information about the endless possibilities at your community college, visit our website.
Welcome back to County Report. Now we're going to turn it over to Tom Pogue for this week's transportation update.
Hi, I'm Tom Pogue, Community Relations Manager for the Department of Transportation. Here's an update from Montgomery County. MCDOT has installed a car counting system in the Bethesda Avenue Elm Street parking garage in Bethesda. New signs at the entrances display the number of available spaces. The feature was installed to help mitigate the impact on parking availability when the two surface parking lots at Woodmont and Bethesda Avenues close for about 30 months starting this spring. A new underground parking garage with 940 public spaces will be built there as part of a mixed-use project. The car counting system uses ultrasonic sensors at the entry and exit lanes. Signs then show the number of estimated parking spaces available. When the garage reaches capacity, the signs show the word full. In the future, you'll be able to find out how many spaces are available in real time on our website. Other garages in the vicinity include the Woodmont Corner Garage at Old Georgetown Road and the Auburn Delray Garage. Parkers can use the free Bethesda Circulator Shuttle, which now comes more frequently. For more parking information, visit our website at montgomerycountymd.gov/parking. We're working to keep you moving in downtown Bethesda.
The town of Poolesville is located in the western section of Montgomery County. It's surrounded by the Agricultural Reserve and has a population of about 5,000 residents. Poolesville is governed by a 5-member town council, and today we have its president, Eddie Kuhlman, here to tell us about what's going on in his community. Mr. Kuhlman, thanks for being with us today.
Yeah, thank you.
I know that you just finished work on your latest master plan. Tell us a little bit about what Poolesville needs to thrive as a town.
Need some businesses. You know, of the 5,000 people, probably 90% get up 5 days a week and leave town in lower Montgomery County or DC for work. There's no major construction going on right now other than 2 housing developments, so there's nobody really walking around during the day spending any money. So what we would really love to have is some business entities move in where we have population walking around during the day spending money.
How do you plan to attract those folks? Any ideas?
I've been beating the bushes for the last year, talking to Mr. Silverman, Economic Development, talking to state people. I'm also a real estate broker in my private life, and I've been trying there, but it's hard. I mean, everybody feels they need that I-270 corporate image.
Now, I know that Poolesville is not actually in the Ag Reserve. You're surrounded by the Ag Reserve. Tell us why that's an important part of what makes up this town, the Ag Reserve.
Well, it's the character of the town from the time it was born. It was agriculture all around. The residents really enjoy this. It's nice to, you know, go out and see the farm fields, see the corn, smell the fresh cut hay in the spring and summer. It's nice not to be so crowded with houses, townhouses. It's just a very nice setting. I enjoy it immensely.
One final question. I know that water is an issue in Poolesville. You provide your water by wells there. There are 11 wells, and recently 3 of them were compromised, but you pledged, the town council pledged to make it the cleanest drinking water in Montgomery County. How's that going?
In about a month, I believe, the project should be finished. We're in the middle right now of finishing up the building that's going to house the treatment facility for the 3 wells. And as you said, Susan, we weren't in violation, but our counts were up rather high, so the commissioners decided to spend the money and provide the purest water that we can. And we ran a pilot test program for about a year, and it seems that this treatment's going to work and will remove the contaminants that were putting us at the threshold of violation.
Thank you so much for coming out to share with us and tell us a little bit about your town.
You're very welcome.
Eddie Kuhlman, president of the Poolesville Town Council. Well, Easter is just around the corner, so we thought it would be appropriate to feature a rabbit on our Pet of the Week segment. Here's Kathy Stanhope.
Hi, this is Kathy Stanhope with your Pet of the Week at the Montgomery County Humane Society, and we are here with Rye. This is the sweetest little bunny in the world. I wish you could feel how soft she is. She's 7 months old. She's a silver fox rabbit. She is looking for a home. Now, a lot of the animals that get dropped off here are really sorry to see their previous owners go, but this owner really didn't spend any time with the bunny, and this is a bunny that likes to be with people. She likes to play with kids, she likes to interact, she likes to be held. She's about as good a bunny as you could find. And rabbits are really very easy to care for. You can have your hutch inside. You just need a little bit of space for them. They can be litter box trained so they can roam around your house. It's a good idea to supervise them when they are roaming around, but they do use the litter box, and they're very easy. They're less demanding than cats or dogs. You can buy rabbit food at any good pet store, and they're fun. And if your kids are looking for a pet and you're not really willing to commit to a dog or you're allergic to cats, consider a bunny. Here at the shelter, February is rabbit month, so this is the best time to come in and adopt a rabbit. We have lots of rabbits, so come on down and meet Rye. You'll want to meet her and cuddle with her a little bit, and if you're looking for a white or black bunny, we have plenty of those. We take in about 5 to 25 different animals every day. So if you're looking for any kind of pet, come on down to the Montgomery County Humane Society, and if we don't have what you want today, we'll definitely have a new animal coming in tomorrow or the next day. Give us a call at 240-773-5967 or visit us on the web at mchumane.org.
Well, that wraps up this edition of County Report This Week. Be sure to tune in again next week for a look at what's going on inside Montgomery County. I'm Susan Kenedy. Have a great week.